Well, okay. Now we're on air. Hello, folks. I think we're on air now. We're doing an examination of Warsteiner Dunkel. We did a Dunkel last week, and we figured we'd do another one. And then next week, we'll do another one, Heineken Dark, if people can find it. There's a lot of glare, but let's see. This beer, from what I could tell, looking at the company's website, it's not sold in Germany, but it's made in Germany. It's one of those things like, like Heineken Dark. They make it there, but they don't sell it there. I guess these kind of beers aren't too popular in Germany, but they figure Americans would like them, so they produce them and sell them over here. I've talked to people from the Netherlands said they never heard of Heineken Dark, even though it's been sold here for decades. Now, this Warsteiner, this company was founded in 1753. That was back in the days of the Holy Roman Empire of Germany, and it's been owned by the same family the whole time. This beer is 4.8% alcohol, and they use roasted barley malt. Well, we have some people from up north, Indiana, John, and his guest star, Robin, tonight. Hello.
Guest German.
Yeah, he's a German.
You actually born in Germany?
No. I'm a Schmidt though, so closest thing John could get. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a guy that's a Schmidt, but he said his family changed their name to Smith.
Yeah.
Like around 1918.
Stories about that. The Schmidts changing their names. I think DT is the original, and then there's some TTs and Smith as well too. I think there was a family falling out at somewhere along the way.
We have a lot of German families, heritage where I live. In fact, where I live is called the German coast. But they mean along the Mississippi River, which is really a riverbank, not a coast. But that's what they call it. And all these Germans moved here over 200 years ago. And mostly their names were changed to French variations.
Mm-hmm.
Like Schexnayder became Schexnayder, and Rommel, they changed to Rome. And Zweig, they changed to La Branche. But anyway, y'all have had this beer before?
It's been a while for me. I like the style of beer. I think that's what interests me the most. I think I've had the Warsteiner, but it's been a while. But again, I like the style of beer, so that was what really interested me in talking about it, reviewing it.
You mean that?
Okay.
You haven't? And Robin, you're saying you like that dark lager style?
I do. I like the Dunkel, Dunkel Weisses. I've had other beers for sure, quite more often. Like the Francis Connors and the Ventinus. But I don't buy Warsteiner very often, so I thought this was a good opportunity to kind of refresh my memory a little bit.
And y'all remember back 20 years ago they used to make the Lowenbrau Dark?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was American made, but it was all right, I thought.
Yeah, it's like it's typically like what a Bavarian style dark lager, right? I think, isn't that?
I think so.
Yeah. The Molson website still shows them making that. Molson Coors. The what we're just sitting here talking about.
Lowenbrau?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta check that out. I don't think that's correct.
It shows a bottle on the website.
He used to make a Heineken Dark. You remember Heineken Dark?
It still shows them making Heineken Dark.
Not Heineken Dark. I meant to say Michelob Dark.
Oh, right.
Remember Michelob Dark? I have some bottles back there. I used to love that beer, but anyway, anytime I like a beer too much, they stop making it.
Man, I think I seen that somewhere the other day. I want to look at that again.
I think that's where you have to try to find different. You like the style and look for different, other breweries that make similar styles. I mean, that's typically what I do.
Yeah, we did the Beck's Dark last week, and you've had that before, Robin?
My very first legal beer.
Oh.
I had that beer I told John I had that beer in 1991 in Toronto, Canada. I was 19 years old. The drinking age was 19 in Canada, and that was the very first beer that I ever had as a legal, my legal beer.
Oh, okay.
And it was awesome.
Wow. Yeah, the drinking age in Louisiana is 18, but you can't buy it these days until you're 21.
Yeah, this was at a bar. I had it at a bar at the hotel back then.
When I turned 18, you could buy beer or hard liquor at 18. And then when I turned 19, they changed the law.
Were you grandfather?
No.
Oh, really?
So I was too young to buy beer at 19 and 20. And then I was old enough at 21. So I was old enough to buy beer at 18, and I was old enough to buy beer at 21, but not at 19 or 20. But they recently updated the law because Louisiana had made the law written in a way that you could kind of actually still buy it at 18. So some people found out about it, and it was kind of like a big scandal. So they changed the law a few years ago where it's against the law to buy it or sell it to an 18-year-old. Buy it as an 18-year-old or sell it to an 18-year-old. But anyway, you can still be a bartender at 18 and serve it. So I don't think it's too strict. But anyway, this isn't about drinking laws, although that's kind of interesting to talk about it. But, well, what do you think about the appearance, you guys? And this is not a Bavarian beer. This is from an area that was part of Prussia, in fact. But it's in the woods.
Notice the smell. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't have a lot of smell, but I get like it smelled. If I closed my eyes, you know, and I smelled it without knowing that it was a darker beer, it doesn't smell like beer to me. I don't get any of the like the roasted notes I would think I would get in the nose. It smells a lot like a more traditional lager, in my opinion.
Okay, well, you know, when we poured it, it had kind of a beige head and a reddish brown appearance. I guess with the sun, whatever's left of the sun shining through, it's more like a chestnut, huh?
Kind of like a mahogany type color.
Yeah, right. It's a pretty looking beer.
You know, when I get off of it, I get a lot of I get the hops on it, or not the hops, but the malt forward on it, the roasty notes, a little bit of coffee notes on it. I don't really get the malt extract in it. I mean, I guess that's maybe in the back end, but you definitely get the malts, the coffee notes in it.
It's very crisp on the palate, I mean, for sure.
Yeah, it says brewing water, barley malt, roasted barley malt, hops, and hop extract. What did you say, Robin? You had mentioned something?
Very crisp on the palate. It's very, very crisp.
Okay, you know, doing the tasting. Let me see about the aroma on the. I think it's a beautiful bottle, by the way. The old bottle was okay looking, but the updated one is really fantastic. I'm picking up a little bit of roasted barley malt. I'm picking up a little bit of what you call like nut shell, like pecan shell. Like if you're peeling pecans, you get that. Maybe. Brown bread crust. The flavor here, ooh, boy, that's nice.
Yeah.
Nuts, sweet brown bread crust, almost like you would think it's honey top, but you know it's not honey top. But malty, but like John was saying, or I would say a little hop bitterness just to balance it out so it's not too sweet. And I'll tell you what, at 4.8% alcohol, in my opinion, that's like the perfect ABV.
Yeah, easy drinker.
Oh, man.
For sure.
What do y'all think about that?
For 4.8, I mean, you don't get that watery taste in it like you do a lot of them.
Right.
Medium bodied.
It's refreshing.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's very, very crisp.
You think we should do the Verum later on? Examine their mainline beer, the one that most everybody gets?
Yeah, I think we should.
And maybe I'd like to look at Oktoberfest. I've done a review of Oktoberfest from them, and I don't know about the Christmas beer. But this company's huge. I was looking at their, not the Warsteiner brand, but I was looking at the Warsteiner Group. There's a big website for Warsteiner Group, and they own so many brands of beer, like the Koenig, Ludwig, and like all kind of stuff that we cannot get here. Okay, so this little bit of stuff that we get is just a tiny little, what do you call it, sampling of what they make. Sort of like Heineken. You know, Heineken makes all kind of beers that we just do not get. Although I buy them.
You can't get much Heineken around here. I mean, dark. You can't get the dark around here. So
what I've noticed is the malt notes really, as it warms up a little bit in my glass.
Yeah. I
start getting a little more of the dark malt than when it was ice cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. It almost has even like chocolate or some coffee back notes, but nothing burnt, like no burnt flavors at all. At least from my sampling.
You can definitely get the roasted stuff out of it, but I mean, there's no burnt to it.
I think it's very very well balanced for it's not too roasty, but it's not too light.
It's got the date, guys, on the back of the bottle.
Yeah, what's your date? I was looking at that too.
December 17th.
December? Yeah, was that June 17th?
Who?
Yeah.
June 17th.
Oh, you're drinking expired, and it's still good.
2017.
2017.
Oh, 2017. Never mind. You got a super fresh one. It's probably why it's so delicious. I'd like to try this on draft, but I've never seen it.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's a really good little dive in town here. That's it's a speakeasy, I guess, so to speak, and a lot of international beers there, and they have a whole cooler with German beers.
Yeah.
And it's and they feature a lot of the stuff on draft that he gets from overseas. So that's a really good place to try some of this stuff whenever it comes in, you know, to try it on draft, because he does get a lot of this stuff, this type of thing.
Mm-hmm. So I love trying that. I love trying that kind of stuff. Here's some old.
Oh yeah.
The beer,
I remember it really well.
The beer's still in the bottle. I never opened the bottles because I'd have to break the shroud. Here's
and they don't make that anymore, huh?
Ooh, not for about 17 years. So these bottles.
You don't think they?
Eh?
You don't think they make that anymore?
They certainly do not. Like I said, it's been about 17 years. Oh man, I used to buy Michelob beers like I was a crazy person. I used to buy Michelob, Michelob Dark, Michelob Dry.
But if you remember, back in the day, that was a craft beer back in the day.
Michelob Dark. Oh yeah, I mean the people that were 25 years ago, people that were showing off would buy this.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of them would admit it now.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I liked it.
I drank the crap out of Michelob Light, like it was going out of style.
I like McDry too.
Yeah. Right, Michelob Dry was something. People would let's say around 1993 or 92, people would show up at a party with Michelob Light because they wanted to show off.
Yeah.
Or
and you know, it was expensive. That was an expensive 6-pack back in the day.
Right.
Yeah. It sure was. Man. Well, man, this beer is getting better every sip I take.
I'm telling you, it warms up a little bit.
Because it's warming up.
It's a lot better.
And look at the
I mean, you really get the nose as it warms up.
the lacing on it. I was talking to a distributor this week. Okay, you want to hear this?
Yeah.
I said, hey, we're doing a Warsteiner Dunkel this week. Oh yeah, that's a good beer. That's a good beer. He said. And I said, I want to ask you a few questions about the beer for the examination, if you don't mind. He said, okay. He said, don't use my name, though. And I didn't say a word. I just said, okay. And then he said, well, because then people are going to say I'm favoring you or something. I said, they already accused me of saying good things about a beer because somebody gave it to me. And then he said, oh, that's stupid. That's stupid. I said, I know, but that's what people say. But anyway, I said, well, I'm going to ask you a question. I said, does this beer do well? Does it sell pretty well? Oh, he said, it's always in rotation. Like they're always having to refill the shelf. It's not Bud Light sales, obviously, but it moves. It doesn't sit up there. It doesn't sit up there and go stale and they have to yank it because it's past the Best Buy date. He says it was very popular for our German import. I said, what about the company, Warsteiner? Like, do you get any kind of input from those people? He said, absolutely. He said, it's not like other companies where they just send the beer and they give you a sales sheet. He said, those people actually have come from Germany and had meetings with us. Like sit down in our office at Southern Eagle. And I think you probably realize Southern Eagle is an Anheuser-Busch distributor. He said,
Yeah.
They come to Southern Eagle, and we've actually met with these people from Germany. And he said they're really interested in. He said they're real strict about like making sure the beer is kept in the proper environment or whatever. So that they were very good with their support. They seem like they really care about their products. So I said I'm going to mention all of that on the examination, which is what I'm doing now. But so I like those little. And this guy that was telling me all this is the area salesman for this beer. Not to mention Budweiser, but he's an honest guy. I mean, this guy's honest, but like too honest. He'll tell you stuff like, "Oh, you don't want to buy King Cobra. That's garbage."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Aren't you supposed to be like?" I said, "Aren't you supposed to be trumpeting the beer and telling people how good it is so that they'll buy it? It's your product." He said, "I'm not going to say that. It's trash." I said, "You're the weirdest salesman I've ever met, you know." But anyway, he's funny, you know. Oh, well, any last comments on how this beer finishes and if you would buy it again?
I would totally drink this beer again. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've had it. I like the style of beer. This is very refreshing. This to me is a nice summertime beer. It's very crisp and I like it. So balanced.
Yeah.
You buy it again?
Yeah. I mean, I'd buy it again if my wife would buy more of it when she's on her lunch break.
I would like to try it on draft though,
Yeah.
for sure. That's I would like to see what that's like.
Oh boy.
I honestly think this is one of those beers that could be a sessionable beer.
Oh
Yeah.
4.8.
I think it's one of those beers that at the ABV it is a very drinkable beer. There's no water to it. I mean, it's medium bodied. I mean, it's crisp, it's clean, it's fresh. I mean, it's malt. I mean, it's everything you'd want. I mean, I think the hops to make it even better than what it is. But I mean, I think it's an enjoyable beer, and it's definitely a buy again. I'm glad I got 4 more to drink with Robin.
Yeah, we get it here for $8.99 a 6-pack.
I think Lori said she gives $7.49 a 6-pack.
Whoa! Wow, I've never seen it.
Yeah, they don't sell a lot of this stuff here. Because there's so many. There's a lot of variety of this style of beer. So, it's not moving like all the other anything I would say unique, right? I mean, there's other brands of this, so I think that's why it's priced the way it is, priced to move.
I think there are just certain people that they tried it and they liked it and they just keep coming back and buying it. You know, they got some people, they're not like you and I and John, that's just going to jump from brand to brand. Like we have to try you know what I mean? Like we always want, I want to try this. I want to try that. Oh, I have to try this. But you know, there's a lot of people that they just try it and they like it, and that's all they buy. You know what I mean?
I'd buy it again in a heartbeat. I mean, it's good beer.
Oh, the thing about that little comment the guy made about King Cobra, I'd love to say his name, but I promised him I wouldn't say it. But when he said that a few times with me, I always get in conflicts with him. I'm like, you're crazy. I said, that beer is good. What are you talking about? King Cobra's a good beer from your company. He says, I said, to me, it's better than, in some ways, you could argue it's better than Budweiser. Oh, he gets in an uproar when I say that. But it's just funny talking to him about that beer. But
I think it's all a matter of taste.
Yeah.
You know, people, you know, people are more so than others, and that's okay. I mean, it's what you like, and if he obviously doesn't prefer that style of beer, and
well,
that's okay. But
you know what, Rob? He's probably only tried it once in his whole life. Okay.
I mean, I would agree. I mean, it's malt liquor, right? But like Budweiser is something, you know, that's out of this world, right? I mean, it's a Budweiser.
What in his mind, Budweiser is like this extraordinary thing, you know.
It's his flagship beer, right? Of course it is. That's his bread and butter.
If you said Budweiser is a trashy beer, he would try to fight with you, maybe. But
I appreciate the quality and consistency of their beers from the size that they produce. So that's how I can say about Budweiser. I certainly appreciate that about their company.
Yeah, because they're always the same, huh?
For sure. Very consistent product. And, you know, I've been on the tour in St. Louis. I've seen the process. They're very passionate about their product, and I certainly do appreciate that. So
yeah, and actually they took me on last year I went on what they call the Brewmasters tour, which cost $25. But that was even more impressive when they took me on that tour. Before we close out, do you mind if I go get another Dunkel?
No.
go for it.
Not this brand though, but something else. Oh man, I'm looking in my fridge at all those craft beers I bought in Florida. It's so exciting. I wish I could post 3 and 4 videos a day, but I can't do it. You know, I can only do 1 a day because people.
What kind of beers did you buy down there, Jay?
Get so sick of looking at me. Okay, first I'm going to drink this Beck's Dark because we did it last week, and I bought a 6-pack, and it's comparable to what we're drinking tonight. Honestly, people say, "Oh, you're crazy." It's made in St.
What kind of craft beers you buy down there, buddy?
A whole load of IPAs.
Well, what kind? What did you get? What did you get? Anything local?
Yes, I was at Trader Joe's on US Highway 92 in St. Petersburg. Well, you know, Trader Joe's, it's a strange store, but I went in there and I said, I bet you they have a bunch of local beers for a low price. Did they have a bunch of local beers for a low price? I started pulling stuff left and right. I was like in a frenzy. And so I just said, I don't care. I have this debit card. I mean, I'm going to spend money. I don't care. So I just started buying and buying and buying. And I mean, I can show you some of them. I've already done one review. I've done some videos. They're already waiting to be posted. But
I buy Cigar City while he's down there.
Huh?
Buy Cigar City while he's down there.
I did buy a Cigar City lager. Everybody wants to make a lager now. Well, honestly, I better not say anything. I'll get banned from the beer community. So never mind. They make lagers. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. I bought Hop Gun IPA. Not Top Gun, Hop Gun. I bought Full Sail Classic IPA. Well, you know, Full Sail, but it was good. I bought Duke's Cold Nose Brown Ale. Well, let me hurry real fast. I'll hurry real fast. I'll grab a few and show you. You can either be impressed or you can laugh in my face. It doesn't matter. Okay.
I want to laugh in your face.
Check that in, I guess. See if I don't know if I've tapped it in or not. I haven't checked today.
Okay, well, here's Cigar City Lager. Everything I've had from Cigar City so far has been dynamite.
What's the
my problem with a lot of these craft lagers is that I pay a lot of money for them and they're not really any better than well, I'm not gonna say anything. All right. Anyway, all right, so here's Cigar City Tampa style lager. I don't know what that means.
Right.
Oh, the glare. Okay. Tampa style lager. And then I've got Mad Manatee India Pale Ale from Bold City Brewing of Jacksonville, Florida. Mad Manatee. That looks like it'll be good. And it's
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, and it's like strong. I think this is the one that's 7% and 82 IBUs, if I'm not mistaken. Here's Killer Whale Cream Ale. Well, you know, cream ale, you don't see that too much.
I like the can.
Yeah, Killer Whale Cream Ale, Orca. Here's Sunshine City Green Bench Brewing's IPA, 6.8%, 68 IBUs. And it's even got that tape on label. You know those the craft beer companies that are really poor?
Yeah.
They get those adhesive labels and they tape them on themselves onto
big thing now.
Yep.
Here's Free Dive IPA from Tampa, Florida. Free Dive IPA in a bottle. Coppertail Brewing Company. That looks like an interesting one, doesn't it not? Free Dive. He's free diving. And I'll show you. I got way more than this. This is just a sampling. Monk in the Trunk Organic Amber Ale from Jupiter, Florida. Inlet Brewing Company. You see why I went into a frenzy now?
Yeah.
You'd have done the same thing probably.
Hey, we did the same thing. We went to Panama City and we brought back a ton of beers.
Yeah.
Panama City Beach, Florida. Craft beers.
Oh, that's exciting. So it'll take me some of the ones you bought I probably have had, maybe. Well, it's overwhelming. You can't ever drink it all. There's so many craft beers, just like you lose your mind trying to drink them all. People ask me every day, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? I say, no. I would like to, I suppose. Well, I guess we wore this.
You can spend the rest of your life drinking a craft beer a day and never drink every craft beer that's ever made.
No, if you drank one new one a day, you would just be trying a little bitty, tiny part of it.
Yep.
Okay, well, I guess we wore this out. So the Beck's Dark is enjoyable, but I can't, let me think. Let me take one sip. Yeah, it does honestly give it a good run for its money. In fact, the Beck's Dark has more of a hop profile, but I would say it's a tie. Either way it goes, you're not gonna come out in the negatives. So they're both really delicious. They both have their own little unique attributes. So hey, Robin, thanks for joining us. I hope you join us again.
Yeah, I look forward to it. Thanks for having me.
And I met you personally a couple of times down in New Orleans.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it again.
Yeah.
And do some eating too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, thanks folks for watching this video production, and we'll be back, I hope.
Yeah. I hope more people will join us next time.
They missed out.
Honestly, a lot of them couldn't find it. All right.
Yeah.